Right, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about a situation where a TikToker has called out a hair salon and claimed that they actually fried her hair. And not only that, the hair salon has also responded in multiple videos actually. So the main person you'd be aware of here is a user called Avila, I'm so sorry I pronounced that wrong, but she recently uploaded a video talking about her experience at a salon called Bella Gloss. And in this video, she straight up says that you shouldn't go there and says that her hair has been fried and damaged.
If you're in Little Rock, Arkansas and you're looking to get your hair done, I'm warning you right now, don't even consider going to Bella Gloss and Plaza Frida unless you want your hair to look like this. Fried, damaged to the max. This is not what I asked for at all.
And then we hear a bit of backstory, right? So we hear about how she booked a week in advance. When she showed up there, her appointment started late.
From the very beginning, my appointment was going horribly wrong. I booked my appointment a week in advance. I go there today, I'm 5 minutes early to my appointment. As I'm walking into the salon, I say good afternoon. There's two girls working there, Jenny and Lupe. None of them said anything, and I'm like, okay, it's fine, they're busy. I sit down. 6 minutes later, Lupe finishes up with the person in her chair, and she comes up to me. She's like, what can I do for you today? And I said, I booked an appointment at 3 o'clock with Jenny, and this is what I want done. Jenny's like, oh, she could start with you. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. She could start with me. Anyway, we proceed to go and wash my hair. As we come back, Jenny's finishing up with the person in her chair. Another customer walks in and she's like, I'm here for the blow dry. And Jenny's like, oh yeah, go ahead and have a seat. I'm like, what about me? Anyway.
And then we go on to see some inspiration pictures. So this is what Avila said that she wanted her hair to look like. Obviously, you can see how she kind of wants it dyed. She says in this video multiple times over that she didn't want it to be blonde. But these are the inspiration pictures that she showed. Now, obviously, we just heard that the hairstylist Jenny ended up telling someone else to sit down before Avila, which obviously goes against like the appointment time. But then apparently this happens again.
I don't say anything. I let Jenny blow dry that lady's hair. Another customer is walking in as Jenny's blow drying hair, and she's like, are you Jenny? I want to get a haircut. And Jenny's like, yeah, give me 25 minutes and I'll be right with you. And I'm like, what about me? I booked an appointment a week in advance. And as she's saying that, I turn around and I look at Jenny and I'm like, hey Jenny, I specifically booked with you because I know you have more experience. I've seen your work. It looks decent. I like it. And this is my first time ever getting something done. And I just want to make sure that it is what I want.
And then we finally get to the appointment actually starting, and straight away Avila says that Jenny was making like weird comments.
As Jenny's working on my hair, she's making remarks like, oh, she doesn't have a lot of hair. She said it like 3 times. And that bothered me because like, come on, like 3 times is really unnecessary. So I say, since I don't have a lot of hair, that means it's not a lot of work. So I'm not gonna pay too much. And they're like, ha ha ha, they laugh it off. Anyway.
And as this video continues, it becomes very clear that this was a pretty negative experience, even regardless of the outcome. I mean, she also goes on to say that Jenny's toddlers were just kind of like running around and being loud and fighting with each other.
I don't say anything. I'm like, okay, it's all gonna be worth it. I'm gonna get a change I never had before. I'm gonna look better. Anyway, as Jenny's working on my hair, she has her 2 toddlers. Mind you, I don't mind kids at all, but she has 2 toddlers and they're throwing tantrums. They're kind of like running around, throwing things. The siblings, they're fighting with each other. They're wanting to go outside, and Jenny's like having to look at the door every time, making sure that they don't go too far where she can't see them. And that to me is very unprofessional, especially if you're working on somebody's hair. This is what it leads up to.
And now we actually get to the point where I imagine the damage happened, right? So she's put in the strips like to dye the hair. And apparently, according to Avila's video here, Jenny just doesn't check up on her hair at all. And it gets to the point where like over an hour's went by and Avila has to go up to Jenny and be like, right, maybe we should look at my hair.
Anyway, 30 minutes pass by and she's outside the salon talking on the phone, and then with her kids as well, I understand. But I'm like, shouldn't she be checking in my hair every like at least 10 minutes? To see how the bleach is doing? No. So I call my mom and I'm like, hey mom, this is what's going on. And my mom's like, get up and go tell her like, hey, you should be checking up on my hair. Anyway, 45 minutes passed, then another 25 minutes passed. So I'm like, okay, it's been too long. And then I go outside. Never once did she come and check on my hair. So I go outside and I'm like, hey Jenny, I think my hair is ready now. And Jenny's like, okay, yeah, I'll be right with you. As she's proceeding to wash my hair, take the folds out, I apologize to her. I'm like, hey, Jenny, I'm sorry if I'm being really nervous. It's my first time ever getting something done to my hair. I told her I struggled trying to grow my hair past my shoulders. And she's like, oh, you don't have to worry about that. It's all right. I got you. So I'm like, okay, that makes me feel a little better. I trust her.
And it seems like that trust was actually gone when the strips were taken out and Avila saw her hair for the first time.
We're almost to the end. It's like I'm there for 3 hours. We're almost to the end. And then we go back to the chair. She's blow drying my hair. And then I kind of glanced at my hair. And I'm like, Jenny, is this the final color? And she's like, yeah. I started crying, bro. I started crying once I looked in the mirror because it was not what I had asked for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no hair expert by any means, right? But even I can look at these two pictures and be like, yeah, they do not look the same. So I can 100% see why you would be disappointed with this, right? Because it doesn't look the same as the inspiration pictures at all, really. Now, apparently Jenny disagreed with this, though. Apparently she goes on to say, like, that's what you asked for, that's the colour that we agreed on. And Avila actually ended up bringing her mum to say, like, what should I do? Her mum tells her to leave, so she goes on to leave.
She's like, that's what you asked for, honey. And I'm like, I showed her the picture again. I'm like, Jenny, are you sure? Are we looking at the same thing? And then she's like, she got offended. And I'm like, Jenny, this is not what I asked for at all. And then we kind of went back and forth about the right color. And I'm like, well, what can we do? And she's like, well, you don't have to pay if you don't want. So I called my mom, and mom was like, she told me, she was like, get out that chair, get up and leave. She's not willing to be polite, to apologize for her unprofessionalism.
And then arguably the worst part about all of this, apparently, as Avila is leaving, Jenny is just laughing at her.
So I got up and I left, and she was laughing in my face. She was like, as I was walking out in tears, bro, because my shit is so damaged. It's so damaged, bro.
Yeah, so we do actually see like a before picture here of what her hair used to look like before she went to the salon. Now, like I mentioned earlier, we do actually have a couple of responses from the salon. Now, the first video, like the first response that was posted, wasn't really a response. Like, they don't really address the actual specific situation. This first video is just specifically talking about like the hate comments after the situation.
My name is Yanni. I'm the owner of Bella Glow's Beauty Salon. I've been in the business more than 10 years. This is my first experience going viral on TikTok from a client. I have been receiving a lot of calls, a lot of texts, even threats. Like every 5 minutes or every second I get a text message from people I don't even know.
Yeah, I think it should go without saying, right? Anyone sending like threats or anything like that, way too far. But what I will say is, from the previous situations that we've spoke about, I think it's become pretty obvious now that if you make a response video to a situation and don't specifically talk about the situation, like respond to the claims, it's probably not going to go down well. And when we look at the comment section of the video, this response definitely didn't go down well. Now, the video does continue, and Jenny says that she wants all her clients to feel beautiful after they've been at the salon, and also mentions that people don't realize the impact of their negative comments.
My goal is to make every single client feel beautiful before they leave my salon, as they should. People making all these hateful and negative comments don't realize the impact that it's having on me, my family, and my business.
And then ends the video by asking people to kind of like follow her and like share the video.
Please consider following me and sharing this post for all the other women who has felt this kind of pain without a reason. Thank you.
So yeah, like I said earlier, the fact that she doesn't actually respond to the specific claims, it was never really going to go down well. And we can see some of the comments on here that say, in quotation marks, how can I make this about me? Another comment here saying, girl, you ruined her hair. Why haven't you apologized to her? What is your problem? Another comment here saying, literally zero accountability taken. Another comment here saying you were laughing at her while she was leaving and now you crying. And then there's a lot of people just posting pictures from the original video saying, yeah, your customers must be so happy. And attaching this picture right here where you can see Avila's hair. So of course, that first video not being received too well, the salon actually end up posting a second video. And in this second video, they do actually go on to address some of the claims. So she says, just because the texture's change of the hair doesn't mean it's damaged.
Since a lot of y'all had questions on my last video, here's my explanation. I had a client who was unsatisfied with her service. She showed me several pictures. I thought we had agreed on the color. I did the whole process. The hair was natural, curly texture, and when you bleach hair, the texture of the hair will change. But that doesn't mean it's damaged.
Jenny then goes on to say that she did give some options to kind of like correct what had happened, but they didn't end up agreeing on it.
The customer got upset and I asked her how she felt about the color. I gave the customer options of how I could correct the color to her liking. At that time, the customer was already upset and it was hard to keep a good communication. I insist to correct the color, but the customer called her mom. After she spoke to her mom told her to leave the salon, so I told her that she doesn't have to pay for the service. I want to make this clear that I never laughed at her or made fun of her, not even when she was insulting me when she was leaving the salon.
Okay, so clearly two very different sides of the story, right? So Jenny's saying that she didn't laugh at her, when obviously we heard the opposite earlier. And clearly we don't know what the real answer is here for 100% fact, right? Because we weren't there. I feel like the only way to really prove it would be to see, like, the security footage, right? But I doubt we're going to get that. And it definitely is a very key part of the story, right? Because, I mean, the fact that her hair was damaged and didn't come out the way that she wanted is already, like, bad, right? You can see why you'd be disappointed with that. But if that happened and the stylist started laughing at you as you were leaving and crying, obviously that makes the situation 10 times worse. But again, there's no real way for us to know what happened there for 100% fact anyways, unless we saw the footage. Now, Jenny does end the video by saying that she hasn't reached out to Avila because she received, like, some nasty messages, and then goes on to say that she's going to use this situation as a lesson.
The reason I didn't contact the client was because I was getting insulting text message from her. I care deeply about my clients and my work. I will take this as a lesson to keep growing for the better of me, my family, and my clients.
And again, just like the first video, this one hasn't really been received well either. I mean, there's a lot of comments like this one saying the gaslighting is insane here, there's no accountability. Comment here saying Bella Gloss Beauty Salon with an X, Bella Fried Beauty Salon with a tick. A comment here saying as a bottle blonde in brackets bleach blonde, my hair has been bleached at least twice a year for the past 10 years and my hair has never looked like that. That's not from the bleach, that's a deep fried by Jenny special. And I mean, there's actually a lot of comments basically saying the same thing, like this one here saying, this is me after getting my hair platinum and dyed over hair already bleached and dyed. Virgin hair should never look like that if the service is done properly. You just did bad. Take accountability and be more respectful and responsible. And another one here saying, I have bleached my hair twice and my hair does not look like that. So as you can see, a lot of people are basically saying like, this isn't normal. And this has become a pretty big situation, right? Because if we look at the original video, it is currently on 6.5 million views, right? So a lot of people have seen this. Over 1 million people have seen the response videos, and clearly the vast majority of people, looking at the comments here, disagree with the videos. So I would imagine that this probably has had a big impact on the business, and I mean the response videos clearly haven't helped the public reaction. But with that all being said, I would love to know your reaction. What are your opinions on this whole situation, from the original video to the responses? What do you think should have happened differently? What do you think should happen now? Just let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'm going to leave it there. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new. Also, if you're interested in some other content, me and Emily have a channel where we do like vlog type videos. If you're interested in that, that's linked down below. We've kind of been uploading a bit more regularly recently, so if you want to see them new videos, like I said, it's linked down below. There's a new one coming in like a day or two. And yeah, until the next one, I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, goodbye.